Hey, how you doing? RV Rookie. I'm back. I didn't have a whole lot of time to make any more content. Reason being, I was driving. I was on the road during this very crazy time. Some of you know that last night I did a interview with RV Dummy, and it went very well. However, I thought about it later, and there were a couple of y'all. There's a bug in my rig. It's a fly. We'll get him. Believe me, we'll get him. Anyway, back to my story. So last night I had an interview with RV Dummy, which went nice. I'm going to try to link it below. However, my tech savvy self, the RV Dummy is back, and that's the name of his channel if you want to see it. If not, I also have it posted on Patreon, and I have it on my RV Rookie Facebook page. Check it out. It was pretty cool. Moving on. So, a lot of questions that he asked were kind of like what it was like out there right now being on the road. And I answered a few of his questions, but there were like things that I didn't elaborate on. So I would like to do that at this very moment. Okay, like I said in his video, I got to North Carolina about the time that this was all starting to blow up. And I know that when I checked into the RV park there, they had said, no, we have no intention on closing down. You're not going to get kicked out. But this was before the big, anything had shut down. Nothing had shut down yet. So I stayed there a month, and it was okay. And I went out a few times. I think it was only once or twice. I went with my neighbor, Miss Joanne. Hi, Miss Joanne. I went with her to Walmart. And both times we wore gloves and had the hand sanitizer in the car and all that. And when we were going to Walmart at that point, everybody was still really hoarding. So there was no toilet paper to be found. Miss Joanne was looking for Bubba Burgers. There was none. I was looking for just ground beef. Nothing. And I didn't dare walk down the cleaning aisle. That was stripped bare. I just didn't even. I sidestepped that one. And that was just towards the beginning. And like I had said, we started getting notices on our doors then of our RVs. Office is closed. We're sanitizing. And I will say that the last park that I was in is called Broad River. I can say it now because I'm out of it. It was Broad River Campground. And I did see them driving around with sanitizing bottles and whatnot. They did a really good job on their part. Kudos to you, Broad River. South Carolina. Winsboro, I think. Yeah, Winsboro. So then I move on, and here's the thing. When I was at Broad River, I was thinking I need to go up north, and I need to, somehow book somewhere. And about this time, everything was shut down. So I started booking with private. There was one that I booked at that was in Tennessee. And I booked, and I said, you have no intention on shutting down, do you? And she said, well, we're an escapees club, and we may. So I just want to elaborate that I didn't say this last night on Dave's show, that I did get a call that canceled, for sure. So that's how I know that they are canceling on you if they're going to shut down. Another thing is that I didn't elaborate on last night was the when you did call the campgrounds, there are strict rules out there. Very strict rules. It's pretty much you can walk your dog. So as I'm going through Indiana. Indiana was fine. There were people out, but there was, Tennessee was a ghost town. Indiana's doing their part. They're social distancing. I did go to a Kroger. I had to go at 7 a.m. in Indiana in order to get anything. So I started my journey early that day. And the shelves were relatively nicely stocked. And people weren't in there to hoard. You could tell they were just in there doing grocery shopping. However, a lot of masks, a lot of gloves, what have you. Bringing my story on to the gas stations and whatnot. This is another thing I didn't point on Dave, I'm sorry I didn't tell you this last night. The rest areas, they're only letting trucks in. No RVs, no cars, only trucks. So a lot of them aren't even letting the trucks in, and they've got barricades. So you can't even get into those. So rest areas, if you're a full-time RVer, they're not available. Totally not available. I know a lot of Walmarts, and this is just from what I've seen online, I haven't experienced it, but a lot of Walmarts are also taking in full-timers, but Walmart's kind of iffy in my book. Then I hit Iowa. It is crowded. There is traffic. It is crazy. In Iowa's defense, y'all have very low numbers here, but I have never in my life seen that many people out and about. They're out all over. You don't see social distancing. I know my family and friends here are staying safe. That's for sure. But when I was coming into town, I just stopped one place to get gas, and it was lots and lots of people. A lot of call them perennials. A lot of them. It was a lot of millennials are just still out and about, just living their best life, I guess. But it's probably not safe, and they probably shouldn't be doing it. I mean, obviously, but that's what I saw, and I hate to say that. I mean, out here by where I'm staying, it's just a lot of truckers. It's not anything big, but if you go into the actual city, and I actually got lost in a city here, but if you go in actual one of the cities, I'm not going to say the name, there's a lot of people out. A lot. So, I don't want to slam Iowa. Nothing bad about Iowa, but just stay inside, kids. And I say kids because they're probably my kids' age and younger. Moving on. I am at a not so desirable place. It is what it is. I knew that this journey wasn't going to be completely. Every moment wasn't going to be peaches and cream. I knew this. I knew this. And this is it's a shocker compared to some of the parks that I've stayed at, because I've stayed at some really, really nice, really cool parks. However, this park, it provides entertainment. I'll just sit here sometimes and watch out my window, and the neighbors, I'm like, it's almost like an episode of Roseanne. It's hilarious. So that's a perk to the park that I'm at, and they're loud. So I get a full HD if I put my glasses on. It's a riot. It's a riot. I really want to film them, but I probably can't. I digress. It's cute. Well, and when I got here, I didn't get to pick my spot, which kind of irked me, because there's all these beautiful spots and cool places that I could film, like, while in the park, and they put me next to Cousin Eddie. So be safe, be careful out there. The world it's very different than it normally is right now in RV land. But hopefully all of the madness will stop soon. I am a firm believer that this isn't going to last forever. It's going to go on probably not too long. Hoping. Until then, stay safe. RV Rookie on Facebook. There's a link to my Patreon account on the front page of my YouTube channel page. And hi. You want to come say hi? So I guess I'm saying all this because quarantining doesn't have to suck. There are many, many things that you can do, such as empty your tanks, such as have an adult beverage in front of your rig, or there's always something to do. Cook. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Patreon link is in the first page of my YouTube channel. RV Rookie on Facebook. And I'll try to put a link to Dave's deal below. Thank you. Wash your hands. Quarantine. It's not that bad. I better just say, though, I'm quarantined alone, so I don't have anybody to fight with or make me miserable. That's why I have a great attitude about it. Thanks for watching. Wash your hands. And remember, you too can find your road.